This effect is achieved through its dense polyester base on which there are MDF slats with a natural veneer wood coating. Its acoustic absorption effect reaches 85% of the noise. The panels have a joint that allows joining several of them together, giving continuity to the installation. To install them, calculate the position of the panels and level the first one well. Mark the position where it will be screwed. We have put screws close to the corners. Drill holes in the marks and insert dowels. It is convenient to fix the panel with black screws so that they are not visible between the slats. We are placing the panels, leaning them against the base of the previous one, and adjusting so that the visual distance between the slats is always the same. If you want the slats to have continuity from floor to ceiling, you only have to remove the polyester part with a cutter. But before installing them this way, check that the walls are well plumbed. If they are not, it is better to leave that intermediate joint. In case you have electrical installations, calculate the position of the mechanism box to move it to the panel. Disconnect the light to do these operations and remove the inner mechanism. To take the measurements, take into account the fitting position between panels. With the mechanism itself, trace the recessing and calculate the interior space that will be needed for its installation. You can make the cuts with a box saw, climbing, or with a small hand saw. The polyester base is cut with a cutter. Now you can connect the wires and screw the mechanism to the panel itself. Remember not to plug power-hungry appliances into this socket to prevent the mechanism from heating up. At the ends of the walls, we have to calculate the excess measurement of the panel, paying attention to how much it fits for the adjustment. The longitudinal cut can be made easily by removing the excess strips and cutting them with a cutter. These slats can also be removed to be used as profiles, for example, if we want to make a bed headboard. The slats must be separated from the floor to prevent them from getting wet. Although they are covered with wood veneer on their three outer sides to reduce moisture absorption, it is important to avoid their continuous contact with the floor. It is important to avoid continuous contact with water. The interior acoustic comfort is also achieved by placing different panels on the wall or playing, for example, with half panels to create decorative arrangements. To make the cuts, the simplest tool is the jigsaw with a fine-toothed wood cutting blade. But we can also cut using a fine-toothed ferrule. When cutting, it is important to check the position of the staples, so we avoid colliding with them, or if necessary, put new staples after cutting. The decorative layout that we are going to draw is a rhombus. We try to leave the cut areas pointing to the less visible places, and we carefully calculate their position to maintain the same width. We can play with different colored slats or slats facing in different directions. The spaces between slats also allow the inclusion of LED strips as a decorative element or to illuminate work points.